Good day! 'Tis the Craigmeister coming to you from the Meister's Realm. Gramercy for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying your fall 2023 Renfaire season. Huzzah! Get this back here so it's not too big. I visited the Kansas City Renaissance Festival 3 weeks ago, and it was wonderful. Oh, it was so wonderful. I had not been there in 6 or 7 years. But unfortunately, it was Labor Day weekend and it was hot. I could only stay just over an hour, but I did get to enjoy seeing Ezendale, a few songs by them, and a few of the places I recognize. I talked to Bob the Incredible Juggler for a few moments on my way in. Please go see him as soon as you can because he is talking about retiring in the next 3 to 5 years. He's a wonderful performer, as are Ezendale. And it was so warm I had to wear my new Roman tunic to stay a little cooler than I would have had I been dressed as an archer. So it is running through October 15th this year. So if you get a chance, go. Go to KCRF. It is a wonderful event and only comes about each fall. Well, last weekend I visited the Oklahoma Scottish Festival in Broken Arrow, and I enjoyed the company that I had, but it was expensive. Oh my. It cost more to go to that than to the Kansas City Renaissance Festival, with or without parking. It is ridiculous. So one can attend the Oklahoma Highland Games in Choctaw, Oklahoma, for less than half the price of what one would pay in Broken Arrow. And it runs on October 20th and 22nd. I'm going to have to touch this a bit. So last weekend, Tullamore out of Kansas City played one of their last gigs at the OK Scott Fest. They will be disbanding after they perform next spring at the North Texas Irish Festival and the Norman Medieval Fair. The Mary Hanover's Hammered Dulcimer is one of the things that got me addicted to Renaissance festivals back in 2002. But not for her playing that instrument when I visited the Renfest and seeing firing trebuchets, I may not be the Ren geek that I am now. So you can thank Mary partially for me being here and producing all of the Meister's Realm information that I do and all the wonderful people I've met over the years. Pardon me. If Mary and her former cohort, the fiddle player, violin player Rachel Gaither, ever get into new bands, I will definitely be following them and checking them out. Rachel already left the band earlier this year, and I've not gone to see Tullamore for the past few years because they brought in an accordion player. And unfortunately, they might as well have brought in a carillon, because when an accordion is playing, you cannot hear Mary's hammered dulcimer, Rachel's violin, Mark's guitar, or anyone singing. It just drowns them out and has ruined it for me. So there's still plenty of opportunities to see their good entertainment on YouTube, including on my channel, Craig Meister. So check them out. They also have CDs for sale. I believe only the most recent one has the accordion in it. Alright, coming next weekend, from when I'm recording this, on September 30th and October 1st in Fayetteville, Arkansas, will be the Narnia Fair, based on the Narnia movies that came out several years ago. This will be the second year for this event. It was in November last year and it was quite cold, so they moved that up to a weekend with better weather. I plan to experience it next Sunday, and I hope that you can make it as well, next Saturday or Sunday. For more fall fair updates, although the Dragon's Brick Renaissance Festival will not be happening in Mount Vernon, Missouri, there will still be jousting the same weekend, October 21st and 22nd, at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds in Springfield, Missouri. Some of the vendors that were going to be at Dragon's Brook will be there, including Mary Hudson, who made this very tunic and the red and white cowl that I sometimes wear to portray an English archer. She has very good prices, works very fast, and will use any kind of material you want, like muslin, which I love because it breathes. It is cotton and it breathes. This is not a wick-away shirt. Those come in handy sometimes if you're playing sports, but other times, too hot. After that, in the aforementioned, on the same weekend, the Oklahoma Highland Games on the east side of Oklahoma City in Choctaw. Veneta, Oklahoma will again host their Queen's Scary event the last weekend of October. You can look for updates on that at the Queen's Ferry Renaissance Festival Book of Faces page. Updates will be coming soon to their page for that. Also on that last weekend of October, Hot Springs, Arkansas will be hosting their Renaissance Fair. I had last year that had, I believe, 10 or 13,000 patrons, and it is still growing. My favorite duo, Ezendil, will be there performing, and you can also find the Feather in Your Cap clothing booth there. So go give that a shot. I may be able to make it this year. I hope so, as the options for Renfairs are running short now that it is the 23rd of September. And the first weekend of November, we'll see the Oklahoma City Renaissance and Scottish Festival returning to the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds. It'll be November, let me verify this, November 4th and 5th on the northeast side of the Oklahoma City Fairgrounds. And you can find, again, the Feather in Your Cap booth. I believe J&L Trading will be there. You can see Anini performing. I believe last year they had some jousting going on. And also, there were quite a few things there. I'm sure they will have more food booths there this year. I'm sure they had plenty of. I heard plenty of complaints that the food lines were long last year. So I'm sure they will remedy that, and perhaps even expand the size because they filled up the area quite nicely last year. So that will be another option for the first weekend of November to attend a fair in Oklahoma City. That brings up a whole new topic. Bob Wright, who used to run the Renaissance Festival in Lawton, Oklahoma, almost started a Renfest in Oklahoma City about 4 years ago, perhaps 5. But at the last moment, the city came in and said, the land you're choosing is not zoned to have any kind of festival on it. So he's been searching and searching for a new place to put on a Renaissance Festival in the metro. And he has found it. Starting next year, 2024, the proclaimed Oklahoma City Renfest, he's keeping the name without the Scottfest part, will occur in Luther, Oklahoma, which is just up Route 66 to the northeast of Oklahoma City. It will take place at the Couch Pecan Orchard. So for those of you who do not like a bald fair, one with few trees or no trees at all, this could be the event for you. I do love lots of trees at the Renaissance fairs. I'm fair-skinned, F-A-I-R skinned, and I love shade at most of the Renaissance festivals, so do not get a sunburn. It helps with the heat as well for the warmer months. In 2024, the new festival will occur the first 2 weekends of September. And in 2025, it looks like the festival will occur, the first 2 weekends of October. And I believe he's, already running some kind of event this month for a kind of haunted event in the Pecan Orchard. And he will be doing the same thing the next 2 years there, as well as his one in Lawton. So I will You can go on to the Book of Faces to look up the Couch Pecan Orchard and see some photos, and they may have their own website as well to see what the layout of the land looks like. There are lots of trees, lots of places for parking as well, so I will be definitely checking that event out. I'm glad it is coming. You can always use more fairs in Oklahoma. Well, you can find posts about many of these events on the Book of Faces at the Oklahoma Renfaires page. I'm so glad that Karina Campbell made that group. So many people have questions about different festivals, asking about who is going to where, and they post pictures from the different events, and you can get in touch with your fellow Oklahoma Rennies via that wonderful page. Gramercy Karina. I'm glad that is out there. And my last topic is, for years I've run my website with ideas that I have had and contributions from a few others. I started out wanting to find lists of updated, current Renaissance events going on in and around Oklahoma. And then, pardon me, the ragweed pollen is not my friend right now. And then I expanded it with advice from someone to cover the entire United States. And a few years ago, I also picked up the events in Canada for Renaissance, Scottish, almost everything except for steampunk, cons, and pirate festivals. You can find information on those and other sites, but I still go in and update mine every month to get the latest dates across the country and add new events as I find them on the Book of Faces, or if someone tells me something's going on I had not listed. And if you know of any events I do not have listed, please let me know. Then I started last year. Well, when I started out, I was taking videos at fairs, putting them to music, making videos so people could kind of experience what happens at the different festivals I've attended. Last year and the year before, I started doing Facebook Live broadcasts to tell people what was going on at the different events I was visiting, and started interviewing patrons and performers. Not performers yet. I have vendors. I'm working on the performers. And this fall I'm going to start panel interviews. So if you have any questions you would like answered from performers, vendors, fair organizers, or other patrons, shout them out. Send me an email to craig@meistersrealm.com or craigmeister at the forums at renaissancefestival.com or Craig Meister on the Book of Faces. Send me your questions, and I will get them out to the people that I'm able to get into panels. Some I hope to have at events. Some maybe at a park when it is not a fair weekend. And as it gets colder, we'll do some via the interwebs and bring on several people. It may look like the Brady Bunch. Try to bring on 3 or 4 or 5 people and have an event from their own abodes or places where they frequent. So what would you, though, like to see at meistersrealm.com? I'm also interested in pleasing the people even more than just with videos and links to historical information and, of course, the lists of events. Let me know what you would like. Send me a message via any of those routes, or tell me if you see me at a fair. Greg Meister, I would like to see you sieging a castle or firing a trebuchet at the Lord Mayor's car or carriage. We'll see what I can do within reason. So let me know what you would like. So in closing, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please like and subscribe to my channel, Craig Meister. That is 2 words, Craig Meister. I would like to thank my sponsors, the Twisted Thistle Trading Company, which is in business now through October 15th at the Kansas City Renaissance Festival, How Creative Creations, Rotten Dave's Wooden Mugs, J&L Trading, and the Bluffwoods Renaissance Festival. Wishing all of you sponsors the best of success. And for them and the rest of you, Farewell and Godspeed to your next event. Huzzah!